And for the last touch, I'll choose you. Perfect! Now my deck is complete. Huh?
Good evening, sir.
Officer, what brings you here at this time?
We've received reports from concerned citizens reporting, and I quote, "Don't let that man cook." So, if you wouldn't mind, may I ask what you were doing today? Sir, is that a Yu-Gi-Oh simulator open on your computer? If so, then I'll have to inspect your list.
Inspect my list? Oh, it's nothing of concern. It's just a Dark Magician deck that I've been—
Sir, step out of the way.
Wait, you can't just barge in here. This is my house.
Dear Raw, there's a magic cylinder in here.
Yeah, it won me so many games. I just had—
Sir, you're under arrest for excessive coat deck building. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law.
I can't go to jail. I haven't even posted this list to my channel yet.
Deck building is one of the hardest skills a duelist must learn while playing any card game. However, during the process of making a deck or looking at lists others have shared, how often do you ask why a card is there? The obvious answers that come to mind are, it's good, it's part of the archetype, every deck is running it. While those kinds of statements are a starting point in order to develop a better understanding of the deck you're piloting or building in general, what's important to grasp is the role the card serves and its functions. To start, what do we mean by roles? As an example, let's look at cards like Aluber, the Jester of Despia. Aluber is what we call a starter. It's what gets your core strategy or engine going by either finding pieces from your deck or kickstarting your game plan itself. While adding plenty of starters is a great idea, there is a point where we hit redundancy, where the amount of starters you have access to has diminishing return, whether it's due to hard once per turns or the fact that it needs additional normal summons. Next are extenders. These cards allow you to continue playing through disruptions. You can also label this as recovery if you'd like, as there is some overlap. Think of stuff like Cash Theotheosis. The most important role to identify is your win condition. This is what you want to work towards to establish your main forms of disruption, lethal pushes, etc. This can take the form of negation, like Invoked Mechaba. These are some of the roles that you should keep in mind while deck building. Other decisions are dependent on the current metagame. What are the best decks of the format? What common cards being played should I account for? Is your engine capable of going second to break boards? And are there tech cards you can run to help you against certain matchups? That's why everyone's running Book of Eclipse in the main deck at this time in the TCG. And crucially, if your main deck can't handle all the expected decks, putting cards in your side deck to cover unexpected matchups or give you an advantage against certain decks is another factor. So, does this mean when you build any deck, you have to do this mental exercise and think about situations and make deliberate calculated decisions about every card? No, of course not. Dueling is what you make of it, and how you enjoy it depends on what kind of setting you play in. If you're intending on playing on a more competitive sphere and improving your dueling, that's when you apply these skills, because your opponents have done the same thing. And if you're struggling, hey, that's what communities are for. Just ask around and be open to suggestions. Just always remember, it's up to you to make the final choice and find what's best that suits your playstyle or budget. And hey, that's the video. I know, an upload after like months. It's crazy. But hopefully with some of the free time that I got recently, maybe I can make more videos. No promises though, maybe I'll come back in 2 months again.